Alright. Hello, this is Grandson007, and this is my thoughts on the new Five Nights at Freddy's game, Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Now, I've literally tried making this video 3 times, and all 3 have been failures. The last one was okay, but it was way too long. Now, let's address 2 things. First off, this is my opinion. It's a new thing on the internet, you people. And second off, there will be spoilers for this new game. Now let's get into it. If you were under a rock for the last few months, Sister Location is the newest installment for the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Now, and I've seen mixed reviews, but I've never personally played the game, so my point might not be as valid, but it doesn't matter. Now, let's just get right into it because because the last video is way too long, like literally 20 minutes. Anyway, I honestly was disappointed. I honestly thought after all the build up for the new game, it felt very anticlimactic. And another thing, it felt like a fan game. It felt like it honestly felt like a fan game, like the community would make, and not like a actual like not an actual legit Five Nights at Freddy's game. It was also too short. Now. And then there's some pros and cons to this, and I'm not going to go into detail, because I did that one, and it kind of sucked, and one of them, and kind of sucked. Anyway, honestly, I do like, the gameplay does feature some very unique ideas and types of things, with, like, how you get trapped in a spring-lock suit, and how you can restart the power in the breaker room while trying to avoid Funtime Freddy. And definitely, it wasn't until, and honestly, I probably wouldn't be making this video if it weren't for the views. And another thing, I was watching a video made by Daco about Easter eggs from this game, and it kind of opened my opinion of this game. I think you should totally watch his video, because I'm not going to go into detail about all the stuff, but it got me thinking. There are a lot more Easter eggs we have not yet discovered in this game. There's a whole lot more about this than about Five Nights at Freddy's Location that meets an eye. There's also a lot more about Five Nights at Freddy's 4 that meets the eye, and let's get back into that later. This video also is going to give me my ideas of what the plot of this game actually is, but I will be doing a actual theory video next week, as well as a new Five Nights at Freddy's plush video for episode 2. You need to check that series out. I put some freaking hard work, and I've only seen like 3 views. Yeah. Anyway, there's honestly a lot of links. There's a way now. Of course, there's some of the obvious stuff, like now let's just get right into it now. Let's get right into not the news. I'm not Keemstar, okay? No. Anyway. Also, if you're wondering, the reason why I don't have an intro on this video, or probably won't, is because I couldn't find it, and I don't want to process a video. Anyway. So, basically, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. If you didn't know, there's a chance that if you die, you can get into a death mini game where you play as a baby or a circus baby, and you can feed cakes to kids, or cupcakes to kids. Now, this might not seem like as important, but generally it's not important unless you play it the right way. There's 2 ways you can play it. First off, there's the obvious way, which is just giving the cakes to kid. But there's another way that unlocks a secret ending in the 2nd star. The 1st star you get by completing the bad ending, or the scooper ending, as I've heard it called. Where you end up getting scooped by the scooper machine. Now, basically, let's wow, it's already been 5 minutes. Are you serious? Anyway, so the now there's this now this way you have to do a lot of different things, but in time. And I'm not going to go into them because they are confusing and I'm not sure if I remember them right. Anyway, but if you do them right and in a specific order of cupcakes and kids and stuff, you unlock the ice cream. Now let's go back a sec. First off, I want to address that this game is connected to the book, as we know that the creator of these animatronics is, and probably Circus Baby's Pizza World as a whole, is William Afton, who was one of the co-founders of Freddy Fazbear's in the book. But another thing, he was also the purple guy. He killed the children. And, oh my god, they killed the children. Purple guy killed the children. You bastard. South Park jokes. Anyway, so, let's see. Probably a really bad joke anyway. But anyway, let's see. Now, another thing is that you can, in night 3, I believe, the machine, which I forget its name, but he tells you you're not supposed to go into, Circus Baby's room, which I forget the name of, by the way, so I'm not gonna say it. But you have 2 choices, which can go through Funtime Auditorium, and yes, I do remember that one. And go to the parts and service room to fix Funtime Freddy. Or you go to the, or you actually don't follow him and go to Baby's room anyway, which is when she tells you about some things that tie into this. Now, let's get back into the minigame. If you play it right, you get ice cream, and now you have to go back to the start, and you can drop the ice cream. Now, a little girl who comes along, and I think it's the same girl you can hear in the beginning of each night, and this machine comes out of Baby and drags her in. And that ties into a theory that I believe, and a lot of people believe, that these machines and Circus Baby's Pizza World, built by William Afton himself, the purple guy himself, is a place to lure kids. Yeah. One thing you can unlock is blueprints for the animatronics, and Funtime Freddy is the most important one because it reveals some pretty disturbing stuff. If you look deep enough, you can find the body of a child, and I'm guessing it's dead because we're talking about the purple guy, you know. But it does reveal that the animatronics are built to lure kids, so that's confirmation of this theory, by the way. Anyway, now that unlocks the second star. After that, you can unlock a key card and go to the real ending, which is much like the Five Nights at Freddy's games. And this is where things get interesting. You get to meet the mysterious animatronic Ennard, which I have no idea where the frick he came from. But, anyway. Also, good going, Scott Cawthon, by freaking revealing Ennard, like the third teaser or something that you released, and he's supposed to be the Nightmare Fredbear of this location. Get going, Scott. And that was sarcasm. Anyway, so now there's a key code, and if you press the following numbers, 1983, monitors on there that normally have static show something kind of disturbing. They show the layout of the crying child's house, and by that layout I mean two of them are focused on his room, and one of them are focused on the plush trap closet. So, and there's also some other stuff, like in the breaker room, how these also following are those rooms from Final Fantasy 4 are in the breaker room map, and how you can see a plush golden Freddy with a walkie-talkie. Now this is where I think. Now I'm still getting a theory, but this is my current opinion. I think that, and now I think that this location was built under the I think it takes place during 1983. Now, a lot of people, and after, like, a little while after the, bite of 83, where the crying child basically got his frontal lobe bitten off by Fredbear or whatever. I'm not gonna go into that, by the way. Final Fantasy Freddy's 4 was, like, the worst game out of them all, in my opinion. Don't get triggered, please. Anyway, the where it gets juicy, and this is, I think that right after, I think the closing of Fredbear's Family Diner got, William Afton to, build these new robots and to lure the kids, and there's of course the fact that it's all futuristic technology. But here's here's my idea. The machine guy does that's I'm gonna call him machine guy does tell you that you that it was after that they were open. The world was open after the Freddy Fazbear's closed. But what if that was a lie and it was actually Fredbear's Family Diner? Now that could be explained because of course links to Five Nights at Freddy's 4. But here's what I think. I think, and this is why I explained why the animatronics seem to break down so often, is that they're experimental. But here's what I think, and this could potentially like break the door right open for this game. I think maybe that now these, well, of course it's obvious that this place is a storage facility for the animatronics, but I think there's actually a secondary mission. Now there's also cameras positioned all over the place, but here's what I think. Like those monitors, that room is a surveillance to examine the behavior of the crying child. And as like an experiment with that. And I think that might actually be the case. At least for right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, possibly. But that's just my idea. I really don't want to film this again, so I'm gonna stop right here. Later, another thing is that later, I think I already mentioned this, but I'm doing a series called Llama Logistics from the Minecraft 1.11 update, where it's basically like it's redstone stuff. It's like machines you can build based around these llamas, the new mob in Minecraft. And that's kind of a stupid idea, but it's just I'm still gonna do it anyway. And I'm going to do a theory next week, and of course a Five Nights at Freddy's plush video. Go check that out, please. I really want to, because I worked hard on that. Anyway, now, like, favorite, subscribe if you like this video. I'm gonna get like views like crazy if possibly, but I'll see you later. So bye.